Dum 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 dum. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Panda here again. No one different, just Panda again. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Actually, I'm just kind of happy because I don't have to work tomorrow. I sort of get to go on like a well, it's not really a mini holiday, but it's a 3-day weekend. I get to go away, you know, get away from the hustle and bustle of normal everyday life. It's great. So that's why I'm going to try and do a few parts tonight because I'm going to have no time. Well, actually, I'm not going to have my computer in the weekend, so I'm going to try and upload them tomorrow. I'll maybe upload a couple tomorrow, or an extra long one, maybe half an hour. I don't know. We'll see. But I've stalled enough. Let's continue where we left off. Movement. Right. Oh, that's right. We were talking to Emmy, I think. Whoa. Lily and Hanako once again take point, but under the cover of darkness. Okay, alright. We move against the occasional group of people, emptying the school grounds, but Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowd. I'd have to say it's kind of dodgy going along the minor roads because, you know, you might get raped. Just saying, although, oh, actually no, I was going to say something, but then that would be really mean, and because I love Hanako, I can't really say that. Even though I do have a sick and warped sense of humour, but hey, won't say it. Just keep that buried in the back of my mind there. Even though it could have been funny, but, okay, alright, I'll carry on. Shut up, Andrew. I mean Panda, god damn it. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day. That's right, Lily spent all of today on her feet, and I can imagine that walking outside of the school would be pretty tiring for her. I feel a pang of guilt as I remember that I was probably the only one in the school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Hisao. Night. The girls returned to their dorm, and I to mine. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well. I'm like Hanako, I don't say goodnight to anyone, I say, oh, shut up, this is exciting. I speak for everyone now when I say, aww. But way to fuck it up with the alarm going off. God damn it. My alarm blares into my ears only to be swiftly silenced by my fist. Shut up, alarm! My body switches into auto mode, carrying my subconscious self out of bed and into my uniform. As always, my bottles of pills sit on my desk patiently waiting for me to take them and pick out my daily dosage of medicine. 17 pills a day. God, that's a lot of pills. My dad doesn't even take that many pills. He had a sorry, side note. My dad had a heart attack, and he I think he takes about 11 to 12 pills a day. I mean, 17 though, that is a lot. Although I suppose he does have arrhythmia, so sorry, I just want to go back to the cutscene we had back then. I have to say, I love that cutscene. You know, you get to see Hanako's first smile, and I think that is just the cutest thing ever. And it's just, yeah, it's their progression, Hisao and Hanako's progression since the start. I don't know, I like it. I like it. Before I know it, I'm opening the door to class 3-3, glad to see that I'm not the only one who seems to be a little hungover from festival week. Every face in the classroom looks gaunt. With the festival now over, it's as if everyone's life dreams have been achieved. With nothing left to live for, the students have relied on instincts alone to guide them to class. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I slowly make my way to my seat, and it's only that I slowly make my way to my seat, and it's only then that I realise why the room is so peaceful. The seats beside me are blissfully empty. The world's loudest interpreter for the deaf has yet to arrive. Ah, fuck. Just as I'm about to sit down, the door flies open, revealing a resplendent Misha. Drills bobbing from the dramatic entrance and arms stretched towards the sky. Yahoo! It's all over! It would appear that not everyone is affected by the post-festival depression. The rest of the class glare at her, obviously thinking the same thing I am. Misha, still frozen in the doorway with her arms still in the air, nervously looks around. She's got that whole like really fucking confused look on her face, like, huh? It's obvious that she senses the foul mood, but can't work out exactly what to do. Suddenly she jerks forward. Hey! As she stumbles into the classroom, she reveals Shizune, arms still extended from where she shoved Misha. ... Thanks for the entertainment, but shouldn't you two take your seats? ... Still slightly embarrassed, Misha takes a few seconds to realise she has to translate. Oh, yeah, Shichan says she's not happy with you ditching us last week. Well, Shichan can go fuck herself. We were really busy. Is that so? What about the stuff I already did for you two? ... Don't give me that look! She says that only counts for council me off. Since you declined, she doesn't owe you anything. Misha leans closer and whispers conspiratorially into my ear. Actually, I think she's just a little sore that you didn't spend the day with her. Oh, I'm not going after you, I'm sorry, Shizune. I'm going after Hanako. You know, I don't have those sort of feelings towards you, okay? Alright? Alright, you're just gonna have to find another boy with arrhythmia to pick on. She's really thankful for your work last week, though. Sensing that she is being talked about, Shizune lightly wraps her fingers on her desk until Misha turns around to her face. I can't understand any of the fast-paced signing that's going on, but from what Shizune's slightly embarrassed expression and Misha's poorly contained laughter, I can guess. While this exchange is happening, the door opens once again, but this time at a much more reasonable pace. Ah! Yay! Hanako quietly enters the room and pulls the door closed behind her. Peering out from under her hair, she quickly scans the classroom. Our eyes meet, and she suddenly stiffens. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and then walks over to my desk. Good morning, Hisao. Morning, Hanako. You're a little late, aren't you? Don't come on, bro. I was talking to Lily about today. Ah, so you've got her list then? We can leave straight after class in that case. Sure. I'm looking forward to it. Ah. Hanako briefly flashes her embarrassed smile at me and then hurries off to her seat. I need a drink. During classes it becomes apparent that it's not only the students that are a little despondent after the festival. You know, I'm starting to bloody destroy these words again. Mattel simply gives us a list of exercises from the textbook and then sits behind his desk. Totally forget about the brief lunch period for a moment, such as the banality of the day. It's mind-numbing, and everyone seems surprised when the bells signal the end of the lesson. As I am packing up my bags, Shizune and Misha flank and entrap me. Oh god. Say, Hichan, it's still not too late to join up. There's a lot of post-festival paperwork for us to complete where you can fucking complete it on your own, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm being pretty mean today. Sorry Misha, I've got plans with Hanako, so you can fuck off, the two of you. I'm gonna go hang out with Hanako over here. As if sensing the cue, Hanako appears behind me, holding a small bag and trying to avoid eye contact with the outside world. Misha's eyes open wide, then she bursts into laughter. Wahahaha! You move fast, don't you, Hichan? We won't disturb your date any further. Wahahaha! Oh, god damn it. Behind the roaring Misha, I see Shizune taking far too little interest in the scene. I might be taking this the wrong way, but I think she's deliberately ignoring me. I feel a gentle tug on my shirt and turn to see Hanako's eyes fixed firmly on the floor. Let's go, yeah. Shizune, Misha, I'll see you later. And I'm still not interested in the council. Spoil sport. Oh, thank god that's over. Misha and Shizune retreat into the hallway, happily signing to each other. Got all your stuff? Let's head off. Floods of students pour out of the school gates and onto the road into town. That was a really fast day. It's a little weird. It's almost a scene from any other high school, but the illusion fades because of the occasional wheelchair or missing limb. One thing I do notice is that nobody is alone. And as Hanako and I pass through the gates, I notice that she closes the distance between us. Not enough to be considered close, but she certainly isn't at her usual just a little far position. I guess we're not familiar enough to get her as close as she does with Lily. However, even though she has moved a little closer to me physically, mentally she seems to have travelled a mile. Her hands clutched around the leather straps of her bag to the point of whitening her knuckles, her head down and her mouth pursed closed. She almost looks like she's being walked to the principal's office for the first time. I try to stifle a giggle at the thought, but it's futile. Well, what's the matter? I guess there's no point in hiding it. Sorry, for a second there it looked like you were getting in trouble. What do you mean? I think you need to relax a little. We're not going too far, and it's only the students around, right? Right. It bothers me a little to see Hanako so worked up. And you do this every week, don't you? Yes, with Lily. Of course, with Lily. I wonder, has she ever left school without her? It doesn't seem like much at first glance, but Hanako's dependence on Lily is absurdly heavy. If she can't even handle leaving the school without her, how would she have managed to survive if the two had never met? Would she have found someone else to latch onto? And what drew her to Lily? Sorry. Was it her lack of eyesight, or was Lily just kind enough to lend a hand? I wonder if anyone would have fit the bill. Well, I'm here. Besides, we're not going far. It'll be over before you know it. Hanako's knuckles slowly regain their colour as she tries to hide a small smile, but the effort of that seems to prevent further conversation. You know what made her smile right there? And that whole sentence, hold on, let's go back. And that whole sentence, what do you think made her smile? I can tell you. I'm here. Alright? You're comforting the woman, right? You're reassuring her, you know, that she's got protection. You know, just a little hint, a little tip. Advice 101 with Panda every Tuesday at 9 PM. See you next week. We travel side by side down the winding road towards the town. The crowd of students thins as we continue along the sidewalk. Faster students rush ahead, and the less mobile ones fall behind, rarefying the crowd into nothingness. By the time we've reached the convenience store, we are practically alone. Using me as a shield between herself and the attendant, Hanako moves through the narrow aisles, adding an assortment of items to her basket. Bread, milk, tea, thyme? I think it's thyme. What kind of convenience store sells herbs? Oh, quite a few convenience stores sell herbs out the back, if you know what I mean. Then again, nothing about this town seems normal, which may not be such a bad thing in retrospect. Everything is so different and uncomfortable, dwelling on such matters isn't really an option. When I think about it, that reminds me of Hanako. No matter how much you try, you can't escape her scars. They still interrupt my train of thought when I see them. As much as I don't want to admit it to myself, I think I'm forcing myself to try to ignore them. Not that I am scar-free myself. The jagged line down my sternum will never completely fade away. I just have the luxury of being able to hide it easily. But in a way, both of our scars remind me that we're all in this place for a reason. Hanako throws one last item into her basket and then sheepishly holds it out to me along with a few banknotes. Could you please... It takes me a second to understand what she's trying to say. Oh, you want me to pay for this? She nods but doesn't look up. I guess this task falls to Lily on the usual occasions. Sure, let me just grab a couple of things. Hastily I grab a few essential items. Condoms, lube... yep, that's it. And head for the counter with Hanako in close tow. The attendant gives me an indifferent nod as he scans the items. Hey bro. I suppose just ignoring us is one way to deal with the anomalies of Yamaku. They must get a lot of students here, being the closest door to the school. Or maybe the attendant just hates his job. He works at a convenience store. I mean, he serves people like you every day. I feel sorry for him. The staff must all have their own way of dealing with us, or maybe they don't. Maybe it's only me who thinks twice about my unique schoolmates. I think it is Hisao, buddy. Our transaction complete, Hanako and I head back out onto the street. The road is pretty much abandoned now. The students that were heading out have already left and nobody has started returning just yet. And with the only school ahead on the road, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. The emptiness certainly reflects on Hanako, her arms by her side carrying each bag, her head no longer bowed and back to the upright position. It's almost as if she were enjoying this walk. So why all these weird things? Mixed spice? Why would you need that in school? I sometimes like to make food. Well, yeah, so do I, but spices? It's a little more advanced, don't you think? Bro, you don't say that. Not really. Well, I think it's cool. You'll have to teach me one day. Sure. She doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't seem all that wise. I have to say, Hanako is one of these people that, she appreciates the little things in life. And I can like a girl like that. At the very least, she seems a great deal happier than she did on the walk down here. That alone makes me a little happier. Outside the girls' dorm, Hanako and I sort out the grocery bags with our respective purchases. In comparison, my things look positively plain. I tell you, you're putting me to shame here. No, I'm not, I'm only joking. I have a stack of homework that I skipped last week, so I must leave now.